welcome to Geekology. I'm David Sabina.
And I'm Sven Harvey.
And tonight we're covering a masterpiece.
Yes.
I like that. Masterpiece Transformers. Yeah, it's educating Dave.
Educating Dave.
Okay, go on. I know nothing about Smokescreen, so tell me what I need to know.
Let's do some backstory work on this first. Smokescreen was a G1 character.
No,
Which
really?
is shockingly why they're doing a masterpiece
What?
of it.
You don't say.
Yes. Released in the Transformers range in 1985.
Stop squashing the box. Even I hate seeing that.
So originally released in 1985 in Japan as part of the initial launch in Japan, because though Diaclone had obviously been running a couple of years beforehand,
yeah, it was
Transformers as a brand actually launched in Japan in 1985, which was a year after it had been launched in the States and here in the UK.
Which is
many
weird.
parts, many parts of the world didn't see it until 1985.
Yeah.
Now,
okay,
yeah.
from a packaging point of view, obviously it's a reissue.
Yeah.
But I love that it has this little booklet that can be pulled out.
Yeah.
And put into was there a specific binder for this?
You've got the binder if you got Optimus Prime, which was issue 0.
Or you could just
range.
literally pull it off as a magazine if you were careful enough.
Now, basically,
toy.
this was what was referred to as the Transformers collection from Takara, a reissue collection.
Okay.
They ended up with, I think it was in the 20s of the reissues, and it was basically they reissued pretty much everything they still had the mould for.
Can't blame them for that. I mean, Takara have been pretty good with their bits and pieces. Okay, so that tells me
everything you need to know. I mean, the original release in the Transformers range was in the traditional packaging.
Yeah.
Like
the square. Now, would that have been the square with polystyrene or with bubble glass?
It would have been polystyrene in Japan. It would have been bubble card inside the box here. So yes, this one hasn't had the stickers applied yet.
Oh great! You know what? I've got really greasy fingers.
No. Let's have him out of the box because he has been out before.
Ooh, matron.
Matron. Let's pop him there.
Okay. Well, you do that. I'm going to play with it.
I won't take the missiles off the tree, but chrome, and his two missile pods which go either side of his head.
Now this is the fun bit, guys. This is where you get to see Sven's head slowly explode as I desperately try to transform one of these without breaking it.
Now, to give you an idea of how big the range was in Japan in that first year, this was number 45 in the range.
Right.
Now, it was reissue number 5, but in the original 1985 range of Transformers in Japan, he was the 45th character that had been released that year.
That's evidently not how you do that.
You having fun there?
You know, mate, it's one of those things, you know, those interlock, right, so if I pull that out and then pull, oh god. Right, okay, there you go, well, I've got his arms out, so I feel I've achieved something really smart, and that obviously comes down. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a head out, so I'm halfway through?
Well.
Right, okay, that's his head that comes down like that, so these are obviously the back end are always the legs, so how do the legs pull out?
You need to pull them down first.
Oh, they pull that out?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't.
Very carefully. There we go.
Very carefully, you say, chunk. Okay, that's the point where I give up, go on.
Okay.
Oh, for Pete's sake!
You have to play with his crotch, pop up his crotch, and twist.
Yeah, funnily enough, no.
No. And then that and his amazingly non-posable legs.
Okay, seriously? That's crap.
Think about when it was designed.
Okay. Yeah,
this is from like late 70s, early 80s.
No, I just hate the fact that 3/4 of his chest is just the bonnet. I mean,
that's a traditional Autobot thing, though, isn't it? The chest was the bonnet on so many characters.
Chest down, but not chest outright. So the head's looking over it, going, "If you come up really close to me, I cannot attack you."
I think you'll find that Jazz.
You're standing here. I cannot see you, where are you? No, okay, you know my feelings on these things, that's why we have Educating Dave.
Yes, well, Jazz and
oh, yes,
Prowl and so on and so forth.
Please tell me that there is a reason that you're sticking what look very much like weapon pods to its head.
Yeah, well, they can stick into the side of the head. That's how it was designed. Obviously, in the
because
TV show,
robots don't need to hear.
Well, why would their ears necessarily be on the side of their head?
Because that's the way they...
The ears could be in their arms, for all we know.
As far as I'm concerned, it should be the whole bloody body. It's a robot.
Though, to be fair, every time Thundercracker goes over their head, gets off his sonic boom, every single one of them went, ah!
There you go then. See, I knew there was a reason I thought they were in the head.
So, yeah, there we go.
Okay.
This was adapted for the cartoon series quite strangely in that the missile launchers, because these are the missiles that should pop into the front of the table.
Yeah.
The missile launchers took a completely different design in the cartoon series.
What did they do to them?
Well, they basically, they essentially...
You don't have to show me.
They essentially just turned them into sort of like it's a completely different design. They're silver.
Oh, okay.
It's like
chrome. Everything's chrome.
Yeah, and it just looks completely different. Also, for the animation model, the 38 disappeared off the chest.
Why? Got replaced with a Autobot symbol.
Yeah.
Like this one on the card right there, along with the chrome bits right there.
Oh no, these are the right missile launchers.
Right.
It's just that the colouring is not as great to show that they're white back because the missiles themselves are silver, but in the cartoon series they were sort of like square pod things.
Okay.
Which was like
popular character.
Not as much. It's an interesting one with Smokescreen. He seemed to get a lot more popular later on when Binaltech happened. Because the first Binaltech toy was Smokescreen, which was of a Subaru Impreza WRC rally car, which makes sense because this was the rally version. This is the rally version of the Datsun Fairlady Z 280Z, so or track version depending on who you ask. It was always suggested it was a rally car originally in the UK at least. Right. So make of that what you will.
Well, I make of it, it's a rally car.
But he wasn't hugely massive in the comic.
Yeah.
He wasn't hugely massive in the cartoon series when you stretch the imagination. The thing is that the actual base model, the actual base toy, is almost the same mould as Prowlin Blue Streak, with just extra skirting to make him more of a rally stroke track car, whatever you want to call it. It's interesting because to Americans he looks more like an oval racer, IndyCar type thing, but we was always said to be rally car to us. So it's great. Well, I think that's just a difference in marketing and why Hasbro did it.
Right. So
we'll leave him to one side, and so you can see that.
Let's see the
move on
Masterpiece.
to the Masterpiece version. Now,
as we all know, I'm a sucker for the packaging.
Yeah, the packaging's nice. You already see that those missile pods
are the animated version. The head's different as well.
Yes, now in the TV show you sort of got this big chunky colliery type part around his jaw, which wasn't on the original toy, but was on the Binaltech when they got around to doing that. So when they then did Streak based on the same mould, they thinned that back out again, which is quite bizarre. But looking at the box, you'll also see the 38's missing off the front. Yeah. So very much in the animation style, and on the back there we've got him showing that he fits inside the MP10 Optimus Prime's trailer,
which we covered a few
in this video here.
There you go. That helped.
Oh, and then covered the black one in this video here, which showed a bit more detail on Prime himself.
And if you want to see the entire list of our Transformer video reviews,
there we go. Right, so we'll now open this up. There we go.
Much better size, much better,
There we go.
Okay, so instantly you can see that it's got the well, I'm going to call it a deluxe paint job. It's what Masterpiece use on all the Transformers, where they've used spray paint. I'm assuming it's octocellulose because it looks like
basically gives it that proper car look, doesn't it?
You know what? I don't think it's the paint. I think they put a proper coat of lacquer on it. I think it's the lacquer.
It's certainly.
All I know is it really does make a massive impact.
Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't tell me this was going to be an unboxing video. Ding. We get extra hits if you mention it. You know that.
Okay.
No, literally, Transformer fans are going to hit you for opening it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I must point out as well, this is the first one I've got of the Fair Lady Zeds from Masterpiece line, because I haven't got Prowl or Streak yet. With Streak, I actually want the Silver Streak version, which was a convention exclusive. Right.
A little disappointing that they went with grey plastic for the wheels instead of the chromed version that the original toy had.
But that might be to make it more anime accurate.
The I was going to say decals. The decals.
Yeah.
Are lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Small paint blemish on the front, but that's what you get when you use spray paint. There isn't the colour. We did a review of a Masterpiece and there's a colour differential. This has none of that.
Yeah.
It's even throughout.
It's as if the quality control has been brought back up to spec again.
Okay, well in its car mode it's gorgeous. I'm not going to transform that one. I shall let you do it.
Absolutely. Now,
I'm guessing it transforms the same as this one though. I could have probably had a stab.
bearing in mind that I haven't transformed it yet,
Okay.
Or anything from the same mould, I'm not going to assume anything, frankly.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, you do that. I'm going to play with the guns.
Okay. Bearing in mind, I'm trying to do this without looking at the instructions. This may be a bad idea.
Oh, great. That's it. All those female Transformer fans out there going, see, they never look at the instructions. God, can I get away with that quote? Oh, please. I know that there are female Transformer fans. Do not chastise me.
That's just women in general knowing that men never look at instructions.
Yes. I know, but it's a very stereotypical thing to say. The little voice in my head went, you do know cosplayers have weapons. Yeah. Bear this in mind.
If anything, you're detracting from men, surely, with such a statement.
Yeah, okay. Well, if I'm publicly lynched, it's going to be your fault.
Okay, no changes there then.
No. How are we getting on with transforming that bad boy?
Oh, I'm doing really, really badly.
Am I going to do the horrible thing and look at the... Oh, no, you've figured it out.
I'll get there in the end, I always do.
Transformers get there in the end. No, that's not going to catch on. I hate the head on that thing. So the big orange antennas. Antennas? That's not a word. Antennae.
The head crest.
Yeah, why? Just that makes it look very Gundam-y style. Yeah.
Well, it's very Japanese, cunningly, because it's
from
Diaclone.
Japan and Diaclone and yes.
Yeah. That'd be why that's like. I have.
See, I like it when the doors can come up more and look more like wings rather than just sticking out a bit. See, on here where they stick out, now if they could come up and be some sort of like shield or a piece you could pull forward, that would make more sense in my mind, anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. That probably would make sense to be fair.
Well, it just seems strange if you think about it. You're going to have this great big... Like, how tall is this one meant to be?
About 25, 30 foot, I think.
So you've got a 30-foot robot walking around going, you know what I really need? An extra 10-foot of clearance. Let's just... See, I'm surprised.
Transforming this right.
I was surprised, because I've actually watched some more Transformers, that the doors just didn't come off and were used as shields. Because for some reason... energy weapons in the animated series. Well, I don't know what I call it, the animated series. Because there was a live action, yes. A few of them.
I don't know what you're talking about. I appear to have blotted them out from my memory.
Oh, you wish you could blot those out from your memory. I'll give you a clue. His name is Ben.
Yeah, no.
No, but from a serious point of view, I don't understand the weapons that they use in the animated series because they're energy-based weapons, which for robots
was done for the animated series because originally they weren't.
No, there were missiles and
stuff. Yeah, and machine guns and things like that. They all had a bit more of the realism about them. But I mean, this is the thing: is that you're also when you're talking about things like the doors and stuff like that, you've got to bear in mind these were originally supposed to be piloted by humans when they were originally designed.
Yes, the original concept were that they were exoskeletons suit style things, weren't they?
Yeah. So yeah, it's quite.
Which is a great fun for anybody, great thing for anybody that's a fan of Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim. Yeah. And there are two very nice comfy seats right there at the front.
Oh.
Okay, so the legs are far more complicated on this particular toy.
Yeah, they're folding in on itself. Ooh. Now I've done that one. Can I remember how I did it?
No. Right, so. Oh, those little flaps are a nice idea.
Yes.
Is that so it can...
Yeah.
Ah! Okay, I like that. Mold point's good. Multiple hinge points. Small deviation in the plastic just there. I do love the amount of... It's typical with the Masterpieces. They always have lots of ways you can pose. Right. Okay, why is there clear plastic there?
What for the headlights?
Oh, you're joking! Okay, considering the amount of headlight that's actually visible, the fact that they've had to put in a screw-in component for the perspex for that's ridiculous. I wouldn't have bothered with that level of detail. I'd have just done it in the paint. Okay, so
done it.
The paint job and the decals, that's not a real word, decals, is just lovely. I like the way the weapon points connect on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, for the price range that it is aimed at, yeah, I can see this. I can see it at that price. I wouldn't be wanting to pay more.
Yeah, fair enough.
From a toy point of view, from a collector's point of view, I know there are things. I don't want to say wrong because it's not. Okay. One of the things that annoys me about the Masterpiece range, now bearing in mind, I like the range.
Yeah.
From a toy point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that gets to me, the more and more you keep showing me and talking to me about it, the more and more it niggles at the collector in me, is that, for me, when you say Masterpiece, like, for instance, the Masterpiece lightsabers, or Muppets, or the Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Star Trek. Those are the best possible version of the original. Now, me and you both know what the original props for the phasers were.
Yeah.
They are god awful. And then you see the Masterpiece version where it's all metal and it's painted and it's gorgeous. It's got the sound and the light. And
it's far better than any prop ever was.
It's better than the Hero Masterpiece, the Hero replicas. They're stunning. So when you say, oh, I've got this Masterpiece, I'm expecting a scaled up version of this, which has all the articulation points you could possibly imagine, the best paint job made. So, better size. Well, yeah. Yes, obviously it's a better size. Better paint job. Totally better paint job. But it is not. This is not the best version of this because the weapons are different, the head is different. It's a completely different look. Now, this is more to fit in with the animated, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
This is the thing, is that for me, a Masterpiece Transformer ought to be a masterpiece based on the original toy.
Yeah.
Whereas these are being designed very much based on the original animated series.
See,
so yeah,
that doesn't work. I mean, the toy works for me.
Yeah.
As a toy, it does not work for me from a collector. I mean, the packaging obviously is lovely, but the collector part of me would go insane that they are changing over to the animators. It's the same as them producing a movie version and going, no, it's original canon. It's not original canon, it's a different thing totally. So them lumping it together is me.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, is that of the 3 Fairlady vehicles, it's the...
Fairlady?
Yeah, Fairlady, it's a Datsun Fairlady. It's basically is what the vehicle's referred to as. It's a 280Z, basically, but they're referred to as Fairladies. Whether that's an official designation or something that's a fan-based thing, I don't know, but it actually says Fairlady on the box for this one. And of course, Datsun became Nissan. So that's why it's licensed by Nissan, even though it then called a Nissan Fairlady, even though it was a Datsun when it came out in the late 70s. Okay. How I've ended up with this one out of the 3, I'm not quite sure how this has happened. This was actually going to be the 3rd one of the list I would get, and I haven't got Prowl and I haven't got Streak.
Sometimes you get them out of order, it does.
Now with Prowl and Streak, they're a little bit more accurate to the original toys, because the head is... The problem is that when the animated series was done, Smokescreen turned up in... a little bit later, it was Series 2. Season 2. And to differentiate him from Prowl and from Streak, Blue Streak, they basically altered the missile launchers into these square pods and gave him this kind of neck bolstering sort of like thing, neither of which were on the toy. Now, the skirting around the vehicle mode, that was there on the toy. Well, majority of the versions of the toy. There was a couple of countries where the toy didn't have that, which was quite bizarre, where they literally just painted, I think it was the smoke, they painted the blue streaks as Smokescreen, but didn't have the racing skirting, which was a bit strange. That's actually quite a rare variation.
Now, recently you've been just... trying to get him to shut up on some things is hard. You've been raving about some of the third-party companies that have been producing bits, and don't get me wrong, I think it's fantastic they're doing. Would this be something that'd be fixable with third-party?
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, is these pop off. So I'm hoping that at some point, he says, I'm hoping at some point someone will do something more like that, that fits on that. Because that would please me no end. As for the head, that's going to be a little bit trickier.
No, it's just a ball pin.
Yeah, I mean, if we can
take that off now for you. It's getting the replacement one of the
I mean, part of me is hoping that one of the heads off one of the other 2 in the range turns up and I can get my hands on one.
Yeah, I love that. People cannibalise them for the bits and then sell them. Fantastic.
But what would be interesting is as I said, a third-party set of missile launchers would be make me exceedingly happy. So a quick trip to Shapeways, where they do the 3D printing, and that might sort that out.
Didn't you tell me that Shapeways were teaming up with Hasbro?
Yeah, they actually started with My Little Pony stuff as a sort of like a pilot program, but they've now opened it up to Transformers as well.
I know I'm meant to be all open-minded about all fandoms and all the rest of it, but I used to date a pony fan. Until you've gone to an event, you just don't realise. Oh God, I thought Transformers events were
But Shapeways basically is an American-based company who have actually got a European office as well. And they essentially allow its users to create 3D models in 3D rendering programs and then prints them and sends them out. And you can have them printed in different plastics. You can even have them printed in gold and silver all the way up to that, which is just like, wow, that's quite cool. Yeah.
You're going to get a calm badge.
Now, what's happened is Hasbro have actually signed an agreement with them so that people who are creating add-ons for Transformers and other Hasbro properties can now sell them as official products. With Hasbro backing them up. Hasbro take a small amount. And now
you can't knock them for
I would imagine Hasbro would have been taking quite a bit more than they actually are, which is quite cool.
Well, why? They're not actually doing any work.
Well, yes, but it's
work's been done by the fans of this other company. So
and the fans are basically getting a good chunk of it. The majority of the chunk goes to Shapeways, obviously, because they're the ones producing it and sending them out. But it's a lovely way of dealing with it, and it basically will allow people to have whatever weapons they like and whatever toys they like.
Fantastic.
You can even have little minifigures and so on and so forth coming through. And I can see a situation where Hasbro may well be producing sort of like generic vehicle mode Transformers.
Well, just like an external chassis, and then you buy the add-ons.
And then you buy the add-ons and make it the character you want it to be, or create your own character. That is the way things are going to go. I can even see them coming with a CD-ROM in the box or something, and you can basically go, I want this, this, and this, or something like
Mix
that.
and match Transformers.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, because one of the big things that we're missing now, which we used to have back in the day, was the sticker sets.
Yeah.
You put stickers on. Now, there was a guide on where you first to put the stickers. Some people ignored the guide, and you can get extra stickers to personalise your figures. This is the next generation.
Like you don't do that.
No, never.
Never. There isn't that little. Yeah, I was about to say I've seen some of your add-ons to your Transformers.
So between repro labels, which kind of they're not official, but
but they do a fantastic job.
And Shapeways, we've suddenly got a whole new. We've got a whole new way of customising the figures.
Whole night at the pub at your expense.
So that's just that'd be great. But for me, this is not what I'd like it to be. But to be brutally honest, it is what the majority of the fans worldwide would want.
Okay. I'm gonna give it. Okay, you've got to bear with me here, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to score it as a toy.
Yeah.
Because I don't have, even with you telling me everything, I don't have the background knowledge to go, it's not screwed.
And you haven't got the attachment to the original stuff, have you?
No. So, from a toy point of view, I'm going to give it an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Just because it's very posable. The paint job is nice, there's plenty of detailing there. It's what you come to expect from it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm going to give it an 8. How about you?
I'm going to give it a 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm marking it that way simply because I think the £55 price point, which is around about the right level, is fair enough for it. Okay. I don't see a problem with that. It is worth bearing in mind if it is significantly cheaper than that, it's probably a KO because there's a lot of those running around.
Yeah. So I'm scoring it higher than you.
You're scoring it higher than me, but then you're always going to do on anything that's been altered to match the animation.
Yeah, because you're not
because I'm not a fan of the animation. This is the thing, is that I am a fan of the toys first, comic second. If I'm going to be pushed, I'm going to go for the Ladybird books before I go for the animated series.
Really that bad?
Because to me, the animated series seem to dumb everything down too much. So that's not what Smokescreen looks like to me. That's what Smokescreen looks like to a fan of the animated series.
Okay.
Which is fair enough. And at the end of the day, that's what the Masterpiece... Yeah, this is the thing. The Masterpiece series is very much aimed at that, which is why Optimus Prime's got blue optics instead of yellow and so on and so forth. Yeah. So I can see where they're coming from. It's fair enough, but oh my god, do I want to get third-party add-ons to change it?
Yeah. I
want those weapons pods turned back into something looking like that, and I want a different head. Even if it means taking it off a Prowl or a Blue String, I want to put their heads back the way. I know I'm psychotic.
Well, I think that about sums it up. We have a Transformers event coming up.
Yes, we're both going to be at Auto Assembly 2015.
If you're going to rant at me, you've got to buy me a drink.
There's no escape from the...
I'm going to be hammered. I'm going to be so hammered.
Yeah, by Transformers fans with actual hammers. Inflatable ones.
You know what? The Transformers event's fun, but we're getting more and more Star Trek crossover, and we're going to be doing First Contact Day.
Yeah, First Contact Day first. That's next April. It's cunningly over the weekend of First Contact Day, which is actually a Sunday in 2015.
Oh god!
And we're level back out.
Oh no!
Vibrating phone.
You can put it's on silent. It doesn't count.
I heard it. It vibrated the table. You owe me a point.
Okay, all right then. So we have the live events. We have merchandise. Yes, still cracks me up that we have people wanting merchandise.
Yeah.
There is, of course, Facebook and Twitter, and obviously they can subscribe to us here on YouTube.
And don't forget the official Geekology website, which I can actually put there.
You get very good at that.
We're now allowed to click on things because we've now got it as an official affiliate site for the web channel, for the YouTube channel, which is lovely. Makes my life so much easier.
Well, thank you very much for watching, and good night.
Bye.
I don't know why I'm even talking to you at this stage, because he's going to edit all this out so that he looks dead smooth and suave.